All right, and welcome. It is time as our brave heroes find themselves deep in the vault of Draconia, a section of the Draconian ruins that were felled by the frigid doom seem to be under a strange magical phenomena where any type of magical use causes unpredictable results. This thus far has resulted in the memory loss of Orion, who last remembers being outside and doesn't even have memory of the defeating of Grimshale, the dark cave dragon. None, and especially not any memory of the various things that have fallen and burned and tried to devour heroes since they've come here, and the alarms they tripped that gave them a sense of that any defenses that would normally take some type of trigger or a trap being triggered automatically spring currently, as long as they are marked thusly. They found one security device, which they had spent some time now to fix, that can alleviate and issue essentially a pardon to one of them. And as you find yourself in this space, as a reminder, seems to be of several floors that collapsed in on each other, and you are in one of them. And as you either go left or up or down, you find yourselves maneuvering in an odd order of floors, realizing that as Draconia initially fell, it of course toppled in of itself, twisting, and therefore exactly where the bottom and top of the building that you're in actually is, you're not entirely sure as far as this original structure as you go through. And maps that you've been able to get on this have largely simply depicted the original building before it had collapsed in on itself, as far as any of the data that you have. So, so here, of course, in the dark, lit only by Orion's light, what would you like to do?
Well, if we can go up in the rope trick, and I can hopefully safely identify the device, the security device you fixed, Xanatos, and maybe that'll give us some information on maybe getting more than one use out of it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm just surprised I got this thing working. And I'll hand it to Alaric and just stand off to the side, still wary of that contraption.
We could also identify the ring that I found if you want to.
Sure.
To assess whether or not it'll be of any use to us.
I think I might know what that is, but I'll definitely identify it for you. So inside it, were you going to say anything?
No.
John?
No, sorry.
Okay. So yeah, going up into the rope trick, where hopefully I can do this relatively safely from the wild magic. I'll take out BP, be like, all right, this is a security device we found that Xanatos repaired. Can you help me get some information out of it? And through BP, I will identify the security device.
Okay. So you identified it before, hadn't you?
I didn't think I could because we were in the wild magic.
Cool. Well, you're still in that.
Well, I'm up in the rope trick now, so I'm hoping...
In the rope trick, that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm Ken. Thank you again for my brain here. Awesome. So here within there, you BP begin to understand this as he goes, oh, well, of course, let's see. This is an odd choice for you. Why are we looking into the security protocols of Draconia? Do you have something nefarious in mind?
Well, and I have the markings of like intruder and thief like burned into me everywhere. I'm like, I'm really just hoping to kind of remove these for the time being, but there
You've been
might
quite
be
naughty.
Well, this was by accident. I literally fell into this, and I didn't have a choice. It carved it onto me when I landed on it.
If you say so, sir. Anyway, yes, for I can tell, this is quite an odd device indeed. Say security, security credentials made to help bypass and gain access to certain doors, all within Draconia, specifically here for the Grand Vaults. And, oh, I see, yes. This does mark someone to be led into the security room where they can be marked exactly as you were, sir. And also gives the pardon ability to remove them. It does seem to no longer have that ability. Credentials must be renewed at the Central Security Station.
Right.
You haven't used the charge yet, so it has the one charge you can still use. I'm sorry.
And in order to renew that charge, it has to be done at a security station.
Yes. Goes by security guard or construct ranked 5 or higher.
Oh. Well, good to know.
Now, I imagine if they're the constructs, you could probably just, activate that if you would already murder them, since you are a thief. And
well, not yet. We haven't stolen anything.
I'm just saying, if the label is there.
Well, a label can be put on someone by accident.
Indeed, but aren't you in fact looting? Your purpose here is to steal from other cultures, right?
No, this is for the Heart of Draconia.
Very well, that's all the information I have.
All right, that's one down. And then this, and I hold up the ring with the arcane runes on it. That has the possibility of putting on 2 fingers.
Oh, yes.
It's a sling ring.
Yeah, the sling ring.
Call it for what it is.
That's dimension door.
It's a hither thither ring.
That'd be cool.
I just watch Minecraft with my kids, and that thing with the orb where he throws it and then he pops back somewhere else. That's all it makes me think. This is trash.
That's so funny.
It's called an ender pearl.
That's what it was, yes.
Nerd.
I was gonna say it.
Yes, this is a spell storage device, sir.
I thought that might be it. Does it? Are you able to discern if there are currently spells stored inside?
Oh yes, there is one. Do you want to know what it is?
I would love to know what it is.
You should put that in the original query. It makes things much easier.
I see. Specificity, got it.
Yes. Let's see. Yes. Currently stored within this ring for the last few decades. is Feast of Flesh.
Have I ever heard of that spell?
No.
BP, in the course of your investigation, does it discern what that spell does, or just what the spell is?
Well, I can determine. I just didn't realize you were not up on your studies, sir.
This is field study. I'm learning as I go. This is the best way to learn.
Yes, I see. So in the midst of this, I don't know why I thought you were more accomplished, sir. But at any rate, all right. I will get to you. So, again, because of everything as we talked about before the session, I wrote down what the spell was. I didn't put the source that I had gotten from it. Just give me a moment.
I kind of like the idea that I, after having identified both things 20 minutes later, I come back down out of the rope trick. Actually, yeah, I'll come back down and back. All right, so I was able to determine that this security device does indeed have one use available, but in order to gain more uses of it, we'd have to find an actual security station and possibly a construct of 5th level or higher that could restore it. And so that's what we have with this. This item is a ring of spell storing, and it currently has one spell still stored in it, called Feast of Flesh, which, were I a betting mage, sounds like necromancy. So here you are. And ours the ring.
So ours holds the ring. He just kind of looks down at it.
Okay, I've got it. I've got it now. He'll tell you what it is. All right. So, yes. So this is also known as forced cannibalism. This makes a creature of your choice consume the flesh of its own kind, making their teeth and needle-like, much like the horrors of old campfire stories. And it's able to track any of its own kind by the scent alone from a great, great distance. And, of course, makes it hunt and attack.
Ew.
But the thing is that other spells can be added to the ring.
Really?
You what?
Did the Black Pearl say how many spells it can hold?
I believe it's up to 5th level, right?
Yeah.
5 levels worth of
5
spells.
levels of spell.
5 levels.
Right. So like up to a decent caliber of magic can be stored into it.
Matt, I have a question.
Mhm.
With the Ring of Spell Storing, if I cast Revivify into it and then I die, is someone able to then cast the spell out of that? As if
I was
had
literally putting that in the chat, like that exact question.
I'm just wondering how this works. I haven't used one of these before.
Let me look at the item.
I think you could put. Yeah.
You would be able to put one in. I mean, because it's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know what the other spell's level is either, though.
right.
Wait, so this spell currently is a 5th level spell.
Oh.
So it is currently filled.
Yeah.
So you'd have to use this spell.
But if it was empty,
All right. So while we're in this ring, you can cast any spell stored in it. So any creature can cast. Yes. So any creature can cast a spell into the ring. Only the person attuned can cast it. It is attunement. So Revivify would be useless if you had to change the owner. Right? Ultimately. But if someone else has the ring and you put Revivify in there for a rainy day, if you can't do it, it could serve that purpose.
And you don't have to be attuned to the ring to cast spells into it, do you?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Anyone can cast into it, but only the attuned person can actually do that. And it would take a short rest to attune to cast spell.
Okay. I mean, it is Ars's ring. He was the one that found it, but I was just curious about that.
And Elude did link the spell.
Oh, dude.
Feast of
Oh.
Flesh. I always forget that just because something is available for D&D Beyond search doesn't let me find it by the search menu. And I have to do it analog. That's why I thought
Clerics can't learn it.
Just clerics. Only clerics can't learn it. Everyone else is.
Wait, so I'm sorry. A group thing, like I got a call that was that interrupted.
Mhm.
What were you saying about the ring?
What? Well, you know, there are spells.
Yes.
I think we're just saying that I said the current spell that's in it, I went ahead and put into the chat, and that anybody can cast spells into the ring, regardless of who's it's attuned to. Only the person who's attuned can cast spells from the ring.
Okay, so Orion can cast Revivify into the ring. Someone else who's attuned to the ring can cast that stored spell.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It's interesting that it's any creature. Like it doesn't necessarily have to. You could cast it on a construct, and it would go after other constructs.
Indeed.
That is.
I see that look, Alaric.
There's just a lot of possibilities with that.
That's the look that says, I want to do this for science.
Well yes.
A
What's
ring of
science?
spells.
I came back down because I wanted to ask, is everyone all right with, for now, if I use this charge and then so I can help Orion with the vaults, and if we come across the security station and a level 5 or higher construct, we can maybe get another use of it?
I'm not opposed to that.
I think that's the best thing, is to at least eliminate one of us from triggering the securities, because we can always have the others wait outside until you and I disarm it and then bring them in, so we don't set everything off immediately.
Right. Okay, I'll be right back, and I'll climb back up the rope, the rope trick, to hopefully safely use this security device to pardon myself.
Oh, so you just gotta get out of jail free card.
I was going to consider Alaric alone on the fact that he's much more fragile than you and I, Calder.
Are you calling Alaric weak?
No, I'm saying he doesn't wear any armor.
I mean, at the rate I'm going, my armor's not going to be of much use either. So
Fair point, but that was that was the ooze. You were wearing armor before the ooze.
I suppose that's true. I'll have to see about getting one of those bracelets that ours has.
Is the effect instantaneous, or is it like trying to get a
Okay.
tattoo removed?
I figured you're like they had done the thing. I missed something saying something. Yeah. So you push out and this on yourself, and yeah, it is painful, and you get kind of this idea. You're like, it didn't have to be this painful. They did this on purpose. As it begins to remove it, and I do need a con save.
Okay, yeah, you hear some muffled screaming coming out of the rope trick.
Yeah.
Try to stay quiet. Con save. All right. This is fine. 12.
All right. So the pain is excruciating over the course of 10 minutes.
Oh, good.
It slowly removes this from you, and you
10
come out
minutes that
with
last an hour.
1 exhaustion.
Cool. Good grief.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start using my save spells because I'm not gonna be able to hit shit.
So after the 10 minutes of muffled screams and some not so muffled screams, Alaric gingerly climbs back down the rope out of the rope trick. You see like the parts of his skin that you can see are kind of like the sunburned pink. Like, oh, you
Did it scour them off with fire?
Oh dear.
It felt worse getting them off than it did getting them on, if that's any.
You know, maybe I'll wait till we get back out and just let Obi do his version. Assuming I'm still alive at that point.
I'm so sorry, Alaric.
That was harrowing, is what that was.
That's
The
a good
Draconians
word.
of old were assholes.
Yes, Celicus.
And there's our one for them.
Worth it.
I do my part to try and ease your pain, but wild magic.
Okay.
You feeling okay to keep going?
Yeah, just one step in front of the other. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we don't really have a choice. Path caved in behind us.
Did anybody find the way forward while I was torturing
That's
myself?
right, Whisper. You did remind us of that.
Yeah, good job, Whisper.
I think we did figure out a. Didn't we almost find an area of the map that was close to where we are?
Yes, there was. You were proceeding towards certain areas of the map.
All right. I don't even know which way we came from really, so I'm just kind of like, you guys tell me which way should we go, up, down, left, right?
Yeah, I'll use my best judgment to kind of point us away from where we've been towards where we're headed. I was like, well, now I don't have to be in the back with Celicus and Calder anymore. I can stay proper in the middle.
All right. I'll take lead then.
All right, and Obi is not marked, right?
No, I am not.
It's just Celicus and I
Okay.
left.
Yeah.
In that case.
Oh, wait. Is there anything anyone wants to use the rope trick for? Like, you can use magic in there safely. Does anyone want a final offer before we leave to freely use magic for something?
Do any of you need healing? Salicus, you're not looking so great. No offense.
Molly?
You're muted.
Hello? Yes,
Yes.
what? I'm back.
Ours was asking Celicus if they needed healing.
Yeah, I do. I'm 19 out of 59.
Oh,
Yeah, your bruises are showing through your scales and everything. Come here.
I'm surprised you could tell with the curse that's still bleeding.
I'm sorry. I'll try and make the pain go away. And then we're in the rope trick, yes, now?
yeah,
Correct.
it's still up.
So ours is going to lay hands on Celicus as a pale golden Elysian light will flow out of him and into him.
Celicus, you're gonna let a little kid punch you like that?
Praesidian. And a feeling of joy and intense relaxation comes over you as the pain is washed away and you begin to. Bruises disappear, wounds start stitching back together. This is going to be a first level cure wound. That is 6 healing. And so then he begins to glow even more as he just transfers even more positive energy into Celicus, saying that was not the best that he could get. And he's going to do a second level cure wounds this time. For a total of 21 healing. That better?
Yeah. Like, a lot better.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
All right.
Wait, hold on. You could use a little touching up. And then he's going to use healing hands and heal Celicus for another 5 hit points.
Celicus comes down. He's no longer bleeding or bruised.
Kill a thief.
Excellent. Everyone ready to go?
I
On
am.
the road again.
I'll just reach up and take hold of the rope and give it a sharp tug, and it falls, and rope trick disappears. All right, Orion, after you.
All right. Let's go. And I will. We just have the one path, right, Matt?
Yes.
All right. Then I will take lead, and I will go back before the rope trick would have been gone. I would have re-upped my light spell in there really quick before we did that. So, because it's good for an hour.
Yes. All good. In that case. So is this everyone's going through together, or is this like a primary like lookout first, or what's the situation?
I'll go like 10 feet ahead, and I'll take a check on myself.
Just kind of go in, and then you kind of do a let's go type of
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
just wanted to get that.
Kind of take a look around and make sure everything looks okay.
As you step through this crack, the air here seems impossibly dry, like breath caught in your throat. This is vast and dome-shaped as your light shines, carved from dark iridescent stone that seems to drink in the light that is cast on it, the details almost vanishing as soon as your spell reaches it. Dozens of jagged crystal shards float motionless in the air, maybe hundreds, each one fractured, cracked, or splintered down the middle. Some pulse with a pale inner glow, like dying stars suspended in the twilight. Cobwebs cling to every surface. Veils of white and gray drape across the walls, stretch between the shards, and hang from the ceiling like old curtains. And even the floor is dusted in delicate threads, undisturbed for decades. The webs aren't thick with spiders. You don't see anything moving here. But something about them feels intentional, almost reverent. You hear nothing. No scuttling, no wind, no hum of arcane power. Yet each shard seems to vibrate ever so slightly in your peripheral vision, as though waiting for something. You can see some bear partial or faded runes into their faces. Others have deep fractures that shimmer with the prismatic light. One, you just catch an image, you think, of a dragon blood face, and then it's gone. The face of a child running before it vanishes. What would you like to do?
What is this place?
So, you live here? Are you all secret Lolth worshippers?
Lolth?
Yeah, you know the Spider Queen?
Yeah, I know who Lolth is.
You said that name with a question mark at the end of it. I was answering your question.
In fairness, Lover, I didn't know who you're talking about, so thank you for clarifying.
Happy to.
Last I checked, we weren't, but apparently there were a lot of things I didn't know.
Does it look like we can go around these shards, or are they just like the whole room?
You think you could try to carefully maneuver? This would be quite a challenge to not touch any web or shard. You'd almost have to disturb this room to move through it. This did seem the only way you could have gone here, and there is this. You do see a door that led out of here. It is shut.
On the opposite end?
Yeah.
Are we sure that this is the work of Lolth worshippers?
No, it's
Where
just
you
webbing.
saying that?
I saw webs and I thought, there's no spiders around, but maybe it's their
No.
god.
Well, that might be like why I asked it as a question, just be sure we're not running into like a cult or anything, that would kind of suck.
Calder and I being there doesn't set off any security measures, right?
Yeah, so that's why like I got a little confused because in my mind Orion was going by himself, and then all of a sudden everybody was there.
Yeah. I mean, we said that, but then everybody was talking about seeing the room.
Oh,
But you always tell us how we're not allowed to just kind of peek into rooms. I thought we were seeing it.
We're not peeking. We're letting Orion go off and trap and trigger things by himself.
So Orion is up there by himself, and we're all just sitting in the back.
Okay.
About 10
Okay.
feet back
Yeah.
ish.
And then so it's all to Orion if he gives you the come on in signal.
Has Orion given us the come on in signal?
Well, I'm contemplating if this is a good idea, looking at all these shards and thinking about the two people that might set it off the second they walk in here. So I'm actually going to walk back and describe the room to everyone so that now you are all well aware of what's up there. And we'll say that this is what we had for this conversation up until this point, because I don't know what to do, or if you guys want me to smack a crystal or try to get to that door.
Wait, Orion, I will need a stealth check.
All right. And I forgot I have advantage on this for 2 weeks because of the time with my goddess. Uh, 16.
Okay. Get out and you walk out of the perfectly normal room.
Yeah, I'm absolutely the party canary. All right. I don't know what's going on with these shards, but if you guys want to wait here, I'm happy to give this a try. And I think I can hopefully make it to the other side and find out what's over there.
There is also, I just wanted to throw it out there that the cloak that I'm wearing, I can't be entrapped in webbing. If we're worried about that possibility. It doesn't mean I can't set off a trap. I could still do that plenty fine, but at least wearing this, I wouldn't get stuck.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I'd say don't anyone enter. Well, Celicus and Calder, don't enter the room if I start screaming, because I don't need to have whatever else is in there go off with it.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. Everyone stand by. I'm going to go back into the room. I'm going to look at where this path is and see if it's manageable to get myself between the crystals and the webbing to the other side.
Stay safe, Orion.
So to maneuver past these, I'll need an acrobatics check.
You know what? They're there. I'm going to use one of the inspirations from chat. Why not? Oh, thank God. The first one would have been a 9. I got an 18, though.
Okay. So with an 18, you realize the DC is 18. As you very carefully step up, duck below these webs, suck in your stomach so you move through between a few crystals. You see a scene of someone kissing before they fade away. And then you get to the opposite door. You seem to be safe.
All right. On this side, does it look like there's any way to shut down or stop whatever this is?
I see. Looking around, you're trying to determine what there's any functions here. You do see what appears to be a red crystal that looks like it can be pushed into the wall. And you can give me an Arcana or investigation check if you want to try to determine its purpose.
It's a 9. Arcana.
Okay. You're not entirely sure. You do get the feeling this activates some type of magic. Certainly. What type? You're not sure. So something magical will happen. Other than that, the door itself does seem like it could be opened.
All right. Is the door locked, or does it look like it's just I can click it open?
The door, from what you can tell, there's a locking mechanism, but it seems to be visible from the side of the room. So by twisting the door, it unlocks.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna open that door just to look. I know there's a bigger button. I just gotta. I'm a born button pusher too, which is the worst part of this. But I do just want to open the door just to see what's on the next side, so that I have an idea of what we're walking into.
Certainly. You open the door, and it opens inward, and you can just see where it looks like two large metal figures have fallen in front of the door. They seem inert, but not too badly damaged. In fact, the whole hallway in front of you is the most intact that you've seen, as though nothing fell here at all. You see strong stone that's not cracked. The structure seems to be perfect. And it goes forward about 50 feet before making a right turn at 90 degrees.
All right. I'm going to shut the door.
Okay.
All right. Boop. I'm going to push the little red crystal.
Oh. So.
You die.
You press the red crystal and it lights up. A large noise, and you feel metal scraping on the other side of the door. And the door beginning to press the locking mechanisms.
Yeah.
The door starts to unlock. And at which point you can stand here and keep pressing this thing if you really want to keep it from moving. But as soon as you walk away, these things come in unlocked, unless you do something else.
Are the crystals behind me doing anything?
Right now, the crystals are not doing anything. However, let me build this combat real quick. Because
so I gotta ask.
For some reason in my head, I was like, he's not going to activate anything. Like, nope, that was not the case.
That was literally the wrong person to guess that with.
What do you mean skip combat?
So
The funny thing is, John said it. He's like, normally I press buttons. I'm not going to press the button. Immediately presses the button.
I had a thought. What if I push the button and the crystals do an image show, like a little movie of what happened? because I was seeing like all these glimpses of random things, and it would have been like, oh, there's a history of Draconia.
Oh, you sweet, sweet boy. That button is never red.
That's
That's a green button. It's a little triangle.
Okay.
Oh, the red button's the record button.
Yeah, you're about to record our doom.
Yeah, that's what the crystals are. That's why there are memories in them. That it records the people dying in that room. No.
Okay.
Aren't I glad that I'm not in that room?
To be fair, if I keep pushing the walk button, does that keep them out?
Yes. Roll
For a
initiative,
time.
everybody.
It's like locking the top lock while someone unlocks the bottom lock, and then they go for the top lock, and then you do the bottom lock, and just keeps going in circles.
Matt, since I have to adjust mine by the exhaustion, so you're gonna have to change it manually.
Yeah, you can tell me it, whatever
Okay.
you want to do.
Oh no, it's an 8.
Okay. 8. Oh, did you get a 14?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Members, I think you use your phone, so it doesn't auto-populate for me. Very cool. So Seleucus 3, Xanatos 17, Alaric 19, Caldwell 8, Orion 6, and Ars 14.
Although it's interesting that so I have advantage, but it's not factoring that in. The reason it's a 19 is because I had to -2 from the 21 that I got. So it's weird that it worked out because the lower roll was the 19
Oh,
and the
And for
higher
me-
roll was a 21, but then I had to subtract 2 from the exhaustion that I just got. So it is a 19.
nice.
For me, it's actually a 1 because I'm exhausted.
Oh,
Yeah. Incidentally, you don't roll 2 dice for initiative if you have advantage. In 2024. You roll 1 dice and add 5.
I didn't know that.
It's
Where is
very
that in the
weird.
book? I don't remember.
It's under initiative.
huh.
It's these really weird rules. Really simply made, I think, for the auto initiative function of D&D Beyond. I think they just made it to work better with their software. But that being the case or not, Alaric. It's your turn.
Okay. So am I 15 feet away from the room currently? 10 feet away?
Yeah, so we'll say I think you were 10 feet back because you're not that scared of being like, because you weren't one of them marked.
Right.
So my guess 10 feet, and then the room itself is 40 feet wide.
Oh, okay. So I will move forward to the edge of the room, see all these crystals floating in the air, and with my bonus action, I would like to study the nearest one to me.
Okay. From without going into the room.
Oh, I thought they were right there at the entrance. Do I have to go like further into the room to get closer to a crystal?
What are you trying to determine about it?
If coming into contact with them, well, I don't know how I'd determine that without touching it. I would like to see if I can determine what is keeping these activated, because didn't you say some of them have images inside them, like flickering inside them or something like that?
Yes. All right. So I would say to try and determine that, you're gonna have to get pretty close to it. You're not gonna do a 10-foot.
Okay. Then I will
examination.
I will get up close to study it. And I'm moving across the webbing, but I'm hoping I'm not triggering anything.
Yeah, just give me a quick acrobatics check as you move across the webbing.
Okay. Does not being able to be trapped by webbing help me?
Well, no, this is just if you're trying to not touch the webbing. So.
Oh, I see. I thought the webbing you had to touch it. I thought it was so thick that you were just walking across it.
No, this was like actually to not touch the webbing.
I
That's what
see.
it was.
Okay.
So that's why you don't get advantage on it because.
I see. Okay. All right. That's a 15.
All right.
No, -2, 13.
13. Okay, noted. As you get up to it, go ahead and give me this investigation check.
Okay. Okay. Even with the exhaustion, that's a 24.
Okay. So, what was it you really wanted to know about these crystals?
I'm trying to discern how they are retaining their arcane function after so long. Like, what seems to be keeping them powered?
Okay. All right. Staring at these, you get right away that these are storage crystals. So the whole idea was preservation. And with that, they've had a permanent enchantment simply of floating placed on them for access, it seems. And you see various scenes being played out as you stare closely. One scene you see looks like someone watching their own hands putting this powdered substance into a cup of wine and mixing it.
Okay. And then with my action, I would like to try and look around the room for anything that might be approaching that's already in the room, like any enemy that might be moving towards us.
All right. I'll say with that action, you do not see anything.
Okay. And you said the room is 40 feet long? Like from where we entered to where Orion is?
Yes.
Okay. Then... Oh, how far into the room did I go?
Oh, I'd say you're probably just 5 feet in the room.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just going to kind of move to the side for anyone else that wants to enter the room, and that's my turn.
All right. You got it. Then Xanatos.
All right. So Xanthos will come in next to Alaric. Thank God I don't have that burglar thing on me. Okay.
I touched the webbing, but nothing came out and ate me, so... Yet.
All right, then. All right, I'm going to push my own red button. I want to use an athletics check of running across the room as fast as I can to get to where Orion is, as he's, like, playing with the button. Like, to
Watch out for the memories!
I said what I said.
that might have been... Oh, okay, never mind. It's too late.
Okay. So like, okay, give me athletics check.
6. Okay. 15.
Okay. All right. As you do that, you run as the webs begin to cling to your body, and you find yourself eventually, like, you almost get there before the webs pull you back, and you are suspended in 10 feet, grappled and restrained.
All right. This didn't work. So be careful, Ryan. I'm gonna be your cheerleader from up here. So just keep doing your thing. And I think that's my turn. I don't think I can do anything else. Yeah, that's it.
Ours.
All right. So, what can ours see through the crack?
And he's big enough crack to where you can see everything described.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's like a 5-foot long crack. It's like a large hole in the wall.
So it's a big enough hole in the wall that he can sling rocks from in there and stay safe in his little hidey hole.
Yeah, it might be various cover depending on what you're looking at.
Okay. So he is going to. Does the prone condition affect attack rolls you make?
Yes.
If you are
Range
prone,
attack
yes, your attack rolls are at disadvantage.
Well, I am a genius. So ours is a genius. Ours is going to hide in the little hidey hole because he likes fitting into small spaces where no one can reach him. And he's going to take out a slingshot. And I guess he's going to take a ready action to see if, in case anything comes out and attacks.
Okay. Sounds good.
He's going to back up his boys.
Perfect.
And yeah, that's his turn.
All right. Xanatos, the web suddenly begins to expand up your neck, across your face, and attaching into your temples, in your ears, slightly piercing your skin. And a sickly green glow begins to emanate from them. And I need an intelligence saving throw.
That's our boy Strong Suit.
Yeah, it's a flat roll, so that's cool. No negative. All right, it's a 3, solid 3. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Okay. That is 6 psychic damage as you experience painful moments of your life coming right into the forefront of your memory. You relive it, and then it is gone.
So it's like a remembrall against your will.
All right.
Not a remembrall, the pensive.
Yes. And you have you are memory drained of various things, because some of this painful is your training when you were taught how to do certain things. You take a D4 against all ability checks or attack rolls.
Damn, you're baned.
All right.
Not saves. Interesting.
Correct. And then the webs begin to expand towards Orion for 23 to hit.
Yep.
Yep, so they come up and you are grappled and restrained by them as they lift you off the ground and begin to cover your face.
So they're made an attack against him, right?
Yeah, so this would go ahead and trigger you there, ours.
Okay. All right. That is a 10 to hit.
Okay, so it just kind of ricochets off different pieces of the web and eventually just falls and gets caught in some of it.
Oh dear. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm trying.
Alright.
Yep, that's his turn.
We'll go to Calder.
All right. My brother's 40 feet away. He's currently wrapped in webbing. Correct?
Correct.
I'm going to move 10 feet into the room.
All right. At this point, as long as you're not trying to, so moving through the room now, you can go ahead and not make an acrobatics check as long as you only move half your speed.
Okay, sweet. My speed is 20. I've moved only half my speed.
All right.
Or do you mean from where I am now farther?
No, just period. It's just
Okay,
basically you're not gonna have to avoid getting caught in the web.
got it. I am going to
Slow.
Step of the Fae, aka Misty Step, using my refreshing step to give my brother 4 temporary HP.
Matt, did I actually take
That is a-
damage?
I don't
No.
care. I have the effects. I have to use them.
Oh no, I'm just asking if I had taken damage though.
Oh,
See, yes, if I 23 hit, and I didn't know if I took damage when that happened.
Gotcha. But begrudging your brother giving you health. I was like, what the hell?
No,
I'm not against
he wanted to make sure he didn't miss anything.
Yeah, or if Magnus.
I
saying
did in
something.
Or if I
fact-
didn't miss anything, yeah, he was watching out.
Roll a 10 for my
Okay.
surge.
Then roll a 100. It's
That's
neutral.
a 1. I don't know what that.
I apologize. It's my fault. Should have hit the button.
All right. So it was a 10 though. So you watch, and we've kind of come to this effect before. So you turn into a Draken Blood and can only speak Draconic and barely understand Common.
Cool. I didn't remember that being what was rolled. I'm going to pull out measure and try to cut away the webbing that is gripping my brother.
Okay. So she watched you. You're now scaled and everything. So because she wants what? Let's see here. We'll turn you white. And you make your attack on the web.
Pretty sure that misses with a 6.
Indeed.
Pretty sure that misses with an 11.
Yes. So it just keeps getting caught up in there. Like your things on strike, but the fibers are strong, reinforced. You start to see like this desperate weaving, realizing like almost like they're made of a synthetic material. This isn't natural.
And I'm just cursing in Draconic. That's my turn.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This whisper probably it happened to whisper, and that you guys don't remember is hilarious.
I didn't
Always
remember that it was a 10 and then a 1 that triggered it.
Orion.
The door's still shut, correct?
It is still shut, and so from being head to this, now you take your 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. The red button Is it like still glowing and like flashing?
Yeah, so you have been pulled a little away from it, but it is still active, yes.
Do I think that if I cast a spell magic on it, it'll reset the button?
I don't... It would take an action to determine this.
All right. I'm going to cast a spell magic on the red button and hope that it shuts down the things on the other side. And I have 120 feet. And it's verbal somatic, so is being... Oh, I have Warcaster, so would somatic even matter if I'm wrapped up?
You can totally cast this. I just need you to roll against the spell because it's a little bit higher than third.
Okay.
As far as the complexity of this.
All right. So I'm burning the spell slot. And before I do that, I want to roll my... How many times do I have to... It's twice because it's the third level.
But your spell goes off first, technically.
Yeah, so let's resolve the spell.
Okay. So what am I... I'm doing a d20 plus my
wisdom.
modifier?
It's just a wisdom check, right?
Yeah.
So if you just click on your wisdom modifier, it'll roll it and add that.
21.
Okay.
It was a 3 and then it rolled to the 17.
Amazing. So you let out this burst of magic as you see the crystal blink, glow a soft blue for a second, before it turns inert and resets itself, and you hear the scraping on the other side stop.
15 and a 4, by the way, on my 2 d20s.
Okay. I will let you know that you feel, because you've got Calder in here now, so that you probably have a minute of this being deactivated due to your dispel magic. And you now have a marked person here, which you didn't have before.
All right. I will yell out at the end of my... I'm just like, this isn't going to last long. Get us down. And that's my turn.
What do you think I'm trying to do? That you don't understand.
No.
Celicus!
Honestly, I think the safest thing I can do for everybody is stay where I am, not go in. Right? I think so. Other than, well... I could try cutting them down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try cutting the webbing.
Alright, you get in there with your sword. What's this look like? Describe what you do.
I think Celicus has been like kind of like on like the edge, like staring at like the invisible line drawn in the doorway of like knowing that if he goes in, like something crazy will happen, but then like hearing that it might be okay for the next minute or so, he's like, okay, and he goes in and he's just gonna raise his sword up with both hands and just take a good old slice.
All right. So you just walk on in, make that attack roll.
10.
Gosh. All right. So coming onto it again, you think you have it as webs cling to it, and it almost gets caught in the webbing. So thick and sticky, and seems to have this natural way to defend itself as you pull your sword out. All right, and then we will go to Alaric.
Okay. I saw Orion cast the dispel magic on that red crystal that turned blue. And I don't know. I'm going to start moving across the webbing towards that red crystal that Orion just dispelled. Does the webbing seem like it's hindering me as I move across it?
No, not with your stuff there.
Okay.
In fact, you feel like you can move your speed. You're freely able to move due to your cloak.
Okay. So I was 5 feet in. I have a walking speed of 25 now. So I think I'm 10 feet away from it, right?
Yeah. Well, so Xanatos is actually fairly close because he got caught up into it. So, like, the web's all around you. In 2 spots, one spot is like Xanatos, and about 20 feet away is Orion.
Oh, sorry. Let me clarify. How close to the red button?
The
can
red
I
button's
get?
in. Yeah, you were right. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then I have to action dash to get to the red button. And then with my bonus action, I would like to try and study this to see if I can disable it. Like,
Is this
so that
moment
it-
to think?
no, this is my bonus action, Keen Mind ability to study.
Nice. Perfect.
And to try and keep this from resetting, even though we have intruders in the room. Like
Yeah. Give me a Arcana check.
Okay. All right. Oh, it was good, and then it rolled away. 15.
Okay. 15. You begin to. Okay. So you were trying to figure out how to permanently disable its function.
From resetting, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because right now it's just like disabled temporarily.
Right.
Okay. Some of the information you get is that now that it's been activated, the guards on the other side are likely active.
Okay.
So that I'll give you that you feel like, okay, even if when we open the doors, our status might alert the guards, or the status of theirs might still alert the guards. But in here, it calling for help from the guards has been done to get it from not doing that again. Yeah, I would say it would have to be carefully removed.
Okay. And that's
Because you're
like-
thinking any type of damage would cause the guards to want to come in.
right. And I'll kind of quickly relay that to the group, and that's my turn.
So for the group, I'll say that it would take that you must have thieves' tools to try to remove it carefully, or unless you come up with something really cool. But that would be the easiest way. Xanatos, the start of your turn. Oh, the web's kind of squeezing in for 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right, then, since I was at, yeah. So since I was attacked, I want to use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke to hopefully like break the webs. which is
Hellish
fire.
Rebuke, is that when you're damaged?
You take in response to taking damage from a creature. And so I'm
Perfect.
guessing
Okay.
the
Yep.
web, so.
Yeah. You had said attack, so I was like, actually, I think it's damage. I believe this is correct. So,
Cool.
yep.
All right. So then, Hellish Rebuke, where are we?
So it's a deck save, I believe, right?
Then Dex save.
So it
That's
gets a
the wrong
dirty 20.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so it's saved. Never mind.
Okay, so this fire comes out and you see it grow and expand and move. Now you see it's like a full organism. Before
So
it passes.
it would
takes
take
half?
7 damage. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
14, so 7.
it's fire resistant. So
Oh,
that
of
brings
course
us
it is.
down to 3. And then in addition to that, as it begins to burn, you feel a burning in your skin as it shares the damage with you. So you each take 1.
Cool.
Does that mean the other person taking 1, or is it the web taking 1?
The web takes 1.
Oh, okay.
Where this functions, it's going to be the person closest to the attack it shares the damage with.
Okay.
It's that just basically going to the grappling it. All
So they'll take the damage and like, someone get me out of this thing.
Yeah, that was just
That
your
was my
reaction. You haven't done an action, sir.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Awesome. Then I am going to try to get out, go like grapple against or get out of this thing.
Yeah.
Skill check.
Yeah. Give me that strength.
So I gotta roll a stupid D4 as well. Okay.
2.
So 10 minus 1, so 9.
A 9
Oh,
total.
wait. What? It's a strength check, right?
Yeah.
So plus 3, so 12.
A 12. All right. I think usually we let this be athletics. Athletics is usually for the out of.
Oh, if it's athletics, that would be 9 plus 6, 15.
15. Yep. 15. You're able to get out. So you finally tear yourself free.
But Xanax will just like fall like down to the ground. Like, all right, don't let that thing touch you at all. Like, no one touch it. We gotta get Orion out before it damages him. And and then my movement will be to go towards Orion, like towards that door.
Okay. Yeah, you're close enough where you can just use half your speed, I think, and get there.
Cool. And that'll be my turn.
Ours.
Alrighty. Xanatos got out of the web. He's a bit hurt. The magic's too risky, unless he's actually dying. So, yep, pebbles.
Okay.
That's the way to go. He's going to fling. So he uses sling, and he's going to attack one of the orb things.
All right. You're taking the web.
The web? I thought the. What about the crystal things?
We're still not doing anything.
Oh, they aren't? I thought they were.
Nope.
Okay. The bludgeoning damage probably isn't going to do jack against a web. So. I guess it's worth trying at least. Alright, that's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Roll damage.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, that damage as it smacks into the web.
Nice. That is going to be 6 bludgeoning.
All right, you got it. So in that case, as it does, it kind of moves and somewhat tends to try to dodge it, taking 3 and throwing Calder into a wall for 4. Not Calder, Orion into a wall for 4.
Oh dear.
Ah!
Hang in there, please.
As you look, and there's blood streaming from Orion's face.
Literally hanging.
I'm sorry. And then he's going to go prone in his little nook to make himself
Alright.
even over the head.
Sounds good. In that case, yeah, this would make sense. Some of the web shoots out and tries to cover you, Celicus. Only for a 14, which I believe misses.
Mhm.
How do you avoid?
I think it's Celicus's like sword was like stuck in it, and he's like trying to like get his sword out, and as he like gets his sword unstuck, like some of it just like swoops past him, and he like just kind of dodges right out of the way as it just like swoops past his face.
I love it. At which point it begins pulsing over by Orion. Please give me an intelligence save.
I would use inspiration. Oh, never mind.
15.
All right. You resist. Taking 1 psychic damage.
I feel like as it tries to come at me, and I saw what it did to Xanatos, is the like thing comes at me, I bite the tendril. Tries to like retract. Yeah.
Yeah. So it just sort of gets the side of your mouth, doesn't quite get your temple. I love it. As we go to Calder.
I did not fully comprehend what Obi tried to say, so I tried to cut him out again. 19?
That hits.
Is it by 1?
Nope.
Fuck. It's
2.
gonna be 6, 9, 13, and I'm gonna make it necrotic damage, trying to like wither away the webbing.
All right. 6 necrotic to it. 7 as the skin begins to fall off of Orion's face to Orion.
I look at that and I'm like, wait, what? Being very confused because I didn't understand anything that was explained in the callouts. I'm gonna try and shove him away from the webs.
Okay.
Would that work?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably a little flavory, but yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me an athletics check.
To answer
10.
your question, Bob, not much. I don't have much left.
All right, with a 10, you, and he unfortunately does not move. The webs are very tight around, and you can see them searching and growing tighter.
I feel bad that I hurt my brother, and I visually saw his skin slough off.
Yep.
So I'm gonna risk it and do a 3rd level healing word. So it's gonna be 25 healing.
Okay.
And rolls. We're safe. It's a 5 and a 14.
Dude, I should give a creature healing transfer one of these times. If the creature is grappled, gets sealed, it gets sealed too. It doesn't happen, but I should totally design that monster.
Wizards finally makes healing like decent. Matt immediately says, "Nah, I'd win."
I love it. Give me those rolls.
Yeah, I got a.
Oh,
it was a 5 and a 14. That's my turn.
Perfect. All right, we go to Orion. Start of your turn as the web reacts to this. Squeezing, trying to take more of you, is 8 bludgeoning damage.
No. Thank God somebody healed me. That would have went badly. I'm going to try to get myself out if that's possible.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's athletics?
Or acrobatics.
Or teleport.
Yeah, I can't do that. I know we have 2 inspirations. I hate to be the guy that keeps burning them, but being the fact I'm stuck in this web and dying from everybody else.
Get out of it.
I'm burning one. Oh, God. Oh, thank God. One was a 9, the other was a 19, so 22.
All right. You're able to pull yourself from this web.
All right. I break off the section my brother rotted away with my dying skin, and I'm able to slip out. And then when I hit the ground, I'm going to move as quick to the wall as I can to where that gem is and just start pulling out my thieves' tools next to Alaric. And that'll be my turn.
You got it. We'll go to Celicus.
So everybody is free. Then Celicus is gonna kind of just like back off and stay away from the webbing, because it wouldn't be great if another person got caught in it.
You're just backing off?
I think so, right? I'm gathering that like the security measures are only temporarily disabled, or are we all going through to go in while it's disabled? Is that the plan?
Yeah, the only way through is forward, I think, was the consensus.
Okay. Meow, yes, you're adorable. Then I think Celicus would go forward then. If that's the plan. If we're all going forward while like the security measures are disabled.
Okay, so you're just walking forward? I'm sorry. So tell me again what you are doing. I don't know why the words are not reaching my brain today.
All right.
It's all right. I was going to say I'm confused too.
So we had said that like it was said that like some of the measures were disabled for a short period of time.
Correct.
Not being the webbing, it was something else.
The stuff on outside of the door that was trying to get in is now no longer trying to get in. Yes.
And since we're all going forward, but I also know that ours was like behind, like lying prone or something.
Yes.
So I wasn't sure if some of us were staying behind or we're all going forward. So knowing that we're all going forward, Celicus is going to go forward, but I think he would be either like avoiding. I think he would be trying to avoid the webs then.
Yeah. So going 15 feet deeper in, it's 25 feet, I think, total for you deep in. Do you want to make an attack or just?
I would just be going in carefully. If I have to take a less movement to be careful, I will.
Yeah, careful would be just half your speed, so you could actually dash to get through. As long as you're still going half your speed, you can.
Yeah, I will do that.
So you just want to get to the group, is what you're going for. Okay.
That's the plan.
To confirm, this was our only way forward, right? We were just sending somebody ahead initially to scout to make sure that there wasn't immediate danger?
Yes.
Okay.
I think there may be another path, but you guys were more scared of that a few rooms ago.
No, yeah, I just meant in this path. Like, otherwise,
path,
you're going backwards, yeah.
Yes.
Then forward.
Alaric.
And we do think that if we open this door, those sentries outside will immediately reactivate because of Calder and Celicus, right?
Yes.
And the
But
webbing.
if we get out of the webbing, then maybe we stand a chance.
Okay. Then we have to go through that door anyway. We don't really need to disable this red crystal anymore if we're going through the door anyway, and those things are just going to activate.
Yeah.
So
Well, it all depends on what you want. Yeah, potentially, or this becomes a room that's not trying to do anything anymore. But it's up to you. Yeah.
to help clarify, do I think disabling this red button will also disable the webbing?
That's yeah. You're not sure about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So your choices are like try to like say let's open the door and run through and maybe get out of the webby room and fight whatever's on this other side.
Yes.
In whatever space it is, or you can disable the crystal and take down this webbing and possibly have some type of place to rest and catch your breath. I think those are your options that you need to do, that everyone needs to be in on, because if you try to fight both those things in the webbing, you're going to get screwed over.
Yeah.
So if they go in and some of you go, no, I don't want to go in, and someone stays with the webbing, it's going to get very bad very quickly.
Okay, so I know what I'm going to do.
You want to be on the same page.
I want to. Okay, I'm going to inspect the. And that might not even help. I want to study the red gem one more time because I'm going to use my action to help Obi try and disable this red gem, and I'm hoping that maybe if I study it one more time, I can help guide him better.
Okay, so effectively doing a help action here.
Right, and I'm trying to lower the DC for Obi if possible.
I think of advantage, or if he already has advantage, I'll add another part of his proficiency bonus to it.
Okay.
I don't have advantage yet, so.
You should have advantage because it's sleight of hand plus thieves' tools.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. So,
When you're proficient in the check and the tool that you're using, you get advantage.
Yeah.
Do I still need to roll for that study action or the bonus action?
No, because you're basically we'll just call it a straight up help.
That's my turn.
I think it's totally within the fiction here, so I'm good. As you're kind of going, nope, over here, it's there. Trying to point out all the points of contact, and we'll go to the Bloody Xanatos.
All right. I will use my bonus action of Lay on Hands to heal me for. Let's go 5 hit points. And then I am going to, since I see that Alaric is like getting ready to like help disable Gem, I am going to try to focus on the door and like be ready to like either hold it or like press the lock button like as many times as ever to like to keep the things out in case like it goes wrong.
Okay, so you're just focusing on helping the door in case something goes wrong?
Yeah. So like they're focusing on turning this off, and so since Obi was doing the door, I'll cover for Obi to like in case it goes wrong, to like say no, do not come in here.
You got it.
Occupado.
We go to ours.
So, ours is going to get up, and then he's going to fling a rock.
All right.
The oldest magic in the book. Rock throwing. All right. That is an absolutely wild 11 to hit.
Okay. It sails through, and the webs kind of stretch and are able to avoid Rock.
Oh my. Xanatos, are you hanging in there?
I'm pretty messed up, but I got the door. I'm not going anywhere near that web anymore. Thing's scary.
Yeah, I noticed. Guys, stay alive. And he's gonna go prone again.
You got it. And with that, the webs now reach out to Calder.
Yeah, they hit.
19. That is 6 bludgeoning damage. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't damage you. It damages you at the start of your turn. But you're going to go in a second. So take the 6 bludgeoning damage. So we just get out of the way as it then begins to crawl up and go up into your temples and ears for intelligence save.
Nat 20, baby.
Woo! Keep your memories. The strain of it, though, takes 3 psychic damage. All right. Then is
my turn, no?
Yes. We're going to Carlo, but I was going to say, let's do like maybe 10 minutes. I just want to make sure my dog
Yeah.
loud. So, and plus, biological things. So let's do 10 minutes and we'll come right back.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. There we go. All right, so we're with Carl's turn.
Yes, I'm currently held by the webs, but no longer as I misty step out. next to Alaric,
Nice.
doing my refreshing step. Have 10 temp HP, Bubba. And then Doom. No, it's just a 6. But I'm going to walk up to my brother and be like, "You got this," as I cast guidance.
Okay.
18 only.
Oh man.
I need Obi to succeed. And then I will block I will try to give my brother cover with my body. He doesn't understand what I said, but I still cast guidance. He doesn't have to understand me. And then I will just, with measure in hand, try to put myself in between him and the webbing attacks to make sure that he doesn't get, stopped up before he gets a chance to do this.
You got it. So go to Orion.
All right. I just look at him in the Dragonborn form, and it's just like, man, Celicus, you were right. He's just changing all the time. And I will, with the Thieves' Tools, check in guidance, and I will make an attempt to pull this thing out.
It was expertise, right? Because of Alaric's help?
Yes, you have advantage, and you act as you have double proficiency.
All right, so it's
And
actually a
D4.
plus.
The D4.
All right, so it's actually a +9 instead of +6.
Nice.
So natural 20 to bring it to a 29.
Oh!
Wait, and I gotta roll a D4.
So minimum 30.
30 it is.
Yes. Amazing. I love that. So
Oh, yeah.
Alaric kind of giving you guidance as far as where the arcane fixtures are, taking your tools very delicately, turning the crystal, trying to lift it out of its connectors, not severing them, but just moving silver wire off until you safely uninstall.
All right, and then holding the gem, is it all right? I'm just gonna stick it in my trench coat into the extra dimensional space.
Nice.
All right,
Cool.
it's gone.
Well done.
Yeah, now let's burn the webbing.
It resists fire.
Do I look like I cast fire?
That's Celicus.
Was Xanatos still wrapped up? No? Okay.
No, everyone is out of the webbing currently.
Then we're attacking the webbing guys still, right? Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm real confused. I have a really needy cat right now who's missing his grandma. Yeah, it's a 10.
Oh man. Web raises up suddenly, avoiding your strike. As we go to Alaric.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I got magic and a dagger, so I take out my dagger. And I don't need. That's probably a perception check to find a place that might look important to attack. Is it possible to investigate that
Oh, using
instead of perception check to find somewhere that looks like it?
It's vulnerable.
I'll let you use your bonus action, but I'll just tell you, this doesn't seem particularly vulnerable anywhere.
Gotcha. Okay.
But actually, I'll let you roll, and I might give you some other information on it.
Okay.
Just
Is it for investigation?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh no, that's terrible. 11. So I'm just using my dagger to slice at the closest webbing to keep it away. Basically,
Always do your best Scanlan impression. Keen lightning.
I'm not sure it's worth the risk. We just got that crystal secured. All right. So with my dagger in hand and a +3 to my roll, 12.
Okay, 12. It moves away.
That's my turn.
All right, Xanatos.
All right. So seeing that the gem was taken care of, I'll go back towards the web and I will attack it with my axe. And I control D4 with it. Okay. So. Oh, that's not going to hit. Even when I roll the D4, it's not going to hit on the first one. And for the second one. Nope, still not going to hit. Okay, so nope, nothing happens.
Got it. Ours.
All right, so ours is going to get up from prone again, and he's going to shoot another pebble out at the webs.
All right.
And that is a 21 to hit.
Nice. This solidly snags the webbing and cuts for
7 bludgeoning.
very good. A sickening thump as some of it begins to bleed the strange green substance.
So strange. And then he's going to lay on his belly again.
You got it. All right, then. Excuse me. The web here is coming out towards Celicus for a natural 20.
Yep.
Wrapping you up. Not doing damage on a hit, but it just gets you. And I need intelligence saving throw as it begins to suck.
There is inspiration.
I'm gonna use it. That's a 12.
A 12 is the DC.
Oh, good. Good.
So you would take 2 psychic damage.
Oh, my brain. Ow.
Get to Calder.
All right. I will.
But Celicus is contained within the webs. Grappled and restrained.
How high up?
10 feet.
10 feet up. Damn. I phrased my own ability poorly. I said land next to. And how far away from me are they? 'Cause I think they had come to the same side as us, if I'm not mistaken.
What, Succus? Yeah, they're like right by you.
Okay, so I will try to attack the webbing near him.
Yep.
Because it's gonna hurt whoever's closest anyways. I want to try and like maybe shear through the one that's holding him.
Sure.
Attack number 1. This is 21
That hits.
for 10 psychic. I'm gonna try to damage it in its own way.
Okay. So moves taking 5, sending 5 to Solacus as they begin to convulse.
Does it react in a different way from the other damages?
I mean, reaction. It doesn't seem to be vulnerable or anything like that.
All right. This is only a 12. That one misses. Is anybody looking horrendous? Is anybody bloodied that I can see? Okay, that's my turn then. Or actually, I will cast Jump from my ring because that doesn't trigger a surge. So that's my turn.
All right. Go to Orion.
If I'm gonna run over now, because Celicus is on our side, I'm gonna run up, and would I be able to like try to like jump up and grab Celicus's legs and try to pull him free?
It would be an athletics check.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Let's go.
15.
15. You successfully pull them out.
All right. So yeah, I run over, grab onto Celicus, rip him down as he falls on top of me, and then I will just get up and pull my sword out and my shield and just prep for the thing to come at me next, and be like, we gotta just take the web out, and then we can figure out the next step. We don't have a lot. We should be okay now that the gem's out. And that'll be my turn.
You got it. You got it. Celicus, it's your turn.
Wait, repeat that. What did you say?
You're free.
Yeah.
I said
your
you're
turn.
free. So I said we disabled the device. We shouldn't have to worry about the constructs. Let's kill the webbing, and we can try to rest.
Okay. I will then attempt to strike the webbing again. Here's hoping I roll higher than a 3. Oh no, I'm gonna roll lower. I rolled a 2. It's for a 9. The dice don't like me tonight.
All right. The women again just kind of easily avoids you.
What did I do to you, D&D Beyond? Did I abuse my unlimited amount of characters?
Now hate you. Alaric.
Okay, the dagger's not working, and it keeps picking us up and trying to suck out our memory. So I sheath my dagger. I hold my hands to my sides as arcane energy begins to surge through my veins and crackle between my fingertips, and I aim for a concentrated mass of the webbing, and I put my hands together. The lightning coalesces between my palms, and I let loose the lightning bolt into the center mass of the webbing.
Ooh.
and it has to make a DC 15 Dex save.
Let's go for a natural 1.
I crit it. Oh my god! It takes
it's your ability.
16d6 damage.
There we go. It doesn't have anybody either, so that's awesome.
Love it.
On the off chance that I got this, I actually got out 16d6 die, and I'm going to
Manifested it.
All right.
What perfect timing.
Oh, thank God! Yeah, we pulled Celicus out.
I love the idea that you're
Oh, it's
pulling
taking
as Alaric's making the lightning bolt, and it's like coming out. You're like, get out of here!
If it was
that's-
going to be anybody, Celicus was the best person because
It's
he's
true.
resistant to lightning.
Yeah, that's true. So that is 55 lightning damage.
How do you want to kill it?
So you all watched as just thunderous lightning bolt just slams into the webbing, and the lightning goes throughout the webbing, just and it all bursts, like immediately turns to cinder, like an ash, and it all just kind of starts raining down in the room as the heat from the lightning just evaporates it.
Now let's see if there are any consequences.
Yeah.
That was amazing, Alaric.
Just get a nat 20 and then a D and a 100, so we can see the opposite end of the spectrum.
You know, if I was in that, I would have survived.
Well, you spoke that into existence. I got a nat 20 on one of my D20 die.
Now just roll a 100. Forehead.
Now I'm rolling my D100. Oh, God. No, that's a 37.
37.
Alaric's a construct now.
Okay.
Beep boop beep boop beep.
Gotcha. Okay, so I had to read the explanation of this one. The lightning shoots through, and then it coalesces as it seems to not fade and come near you, right in your hand as a ball of lightning. And as you kind of look at it, you realize it obeys your thought commands, moving up and down. So,
Dude, what the perfect time to like get this spell. But this 55 damage ball, that's gonna be your pet.
you can detonate this on command. It can move 20 feet around. When it does, it detonates as a fully charged delayed blast fireball, but lightning damage for.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Okay.
That
Damn.
is
How'd you just
Right.
summon ball lightning, the magic card?
you want to go take care of those constructs?
Right?
Open the door. Ah!
Close it.
Here's Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I'm
Jo-
going to say, because I would put a slight limit on this.
Mm-hmm.
Because being generous with the over limit. If you take like a rest, it will go away.
Okay. A short rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rest.
So just
We're
sleep
we're
8
okay
hours
right
and
now,
fine.
though.
Do
Yeah.
what?
Oh,
I was
I didn't
joking. I said sleep for 8 hours and then you'll keep control of it.
No, I was
It was just a short rest.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
But we're okay for the moment. Like nothing else on the other side of that door sounds like it's trying to come through.
Correct.
What happened to all the gems after the webbing destroyed?
The gems still float there.
Ooh.
All right, then Xanatos will like, all right, everything's
as this is destroyed, Xanatos, everyone gets the memories that you lost in the moment. Can you tell? And it kind of projects into everyone's mind, including yours again, as everyone loses their the memory trait. What did they see?
So I think it would be if it was bad memories. I think like the first one would be when he saw the person get killed and they removed a red brooch or a red ruby, and then leading to like him training with his paladin master, like but being like just beaten to heck, and then seeing all the frost giants destroy his village. I think those would be like the main memories that would come back at that time.
Okay. All flood your mind, the loss, and you all have it as though you were living it, as though it happened to you in this pulse.
Ours seems to be crying a little bit.
I think like does Xanatos know everyone gets these memories? Like does he have that sense?
I think at first you just remember, and then as everyone stares at you, you recognize the pain on their face like you felt. And I think that's what clues you in.
Does
I think-
Xanatos still have the memory?
Yes.
He does.
Okay, because I was like, that'd be even like almost worse. Like he's like, why y'all look so sad? He's just got no clue.
I think like seeing the faces on everyone, I think he would try to ignore it, go completely stoic face, and he'll like turn away from the group, like not like wanting pity or anything, and we'll actually look at the gems to see like if there's anything that you could take or to like understand them more, to like if they can be taken or to like if it gives more information about the place. Just like not focus, not to deal with
Yeah,
people
it's
like, in the room.
Seeing Xanatos' reaction, I'd immediately be like, okay, Gaslighters, this place has taken a lot from us, magically speaking, but it has also gifted us with the most powerful evoker
What is he
to
saying?
have ever
I
lived.
don't know what he's saying at all. Like he's just mumbling.
No, he's speaking Draconic.
Oh man, I loved when I used to speak Draconic.
So yeah, just going off on this long spiel, trying to like get everybody to refocus, and then realizing that only Celicus is even like paying attention to me. Like they're looking at me like all confused, and I'll be like, "Oh, Celicus, can you re-give that spiel I just gave?" Trying to pull away from Xanatos' pain for right now because we've got Alaric's like supercharged magic.
Yeah, ours doesn't even seem to be paying attention to Calder's spiel. He's just sniffling and wiping away tears, still dwelling on Xanatos' memories.
Yeah, so Calder wants us to get back on track and do things. Long story short.
I think I just barely understand you say exactly that with the minimum comment I can understand. I'll be like, that was not anywhere close to the inspiring speech I just gave. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if we can find anything else useful in here. We
I
need to
start
get out.
pointing to Alaric, pointing to the ball of magic in his hand, pointing to the door.
Well,
Bless you.
can he understand what I don't know how that would. Anyway, I think I have this at least safe for the time being. Enough for us to search this room for anything that might be important, at least.
It looks powerful. That was some really impressive
Feels
magic.
very powerful. While you guys are looking at those things, I'm going to be studying this.
You're one heck of a wizard, Alaric.
I think. Well, first, thank you. That is appreciated. I also think I got extremely lucky.
I don't disagree, but that doesn't change the fact that you're impressive. You should be proud. And he gives him a little tug on his arm.
All right. So, Alex, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so what are we all thinking overall? I mean, I get it. Alaric, you got like this bomb of a ball right now. But I mean, do we want to literally open that door just because we have that? It's not a guaranteed like wipeout.
Right. I think that door is the only way forward, though, and those constructs are going to activate when Calder and Seleucus get near it, I think.
No, I know.
So I think when we decide to open the door, we should just be ready for a fight.
I
I rolled a
mean,
3, Matt.
A 3.
Because I re-upped my
Yeah.
my false life.
I mean, I don't know how everybody else is doing overall, but I'll tell you right now, I'm getting wiped in terms of magic and able to stay up down here anymore. And I'll tell you right now, there's no way I'm picking anybody else up if anybody falls.
As Whisper has said, we don't have a different way out. And since we have this extra generated power, I think we try to take out what's on the other side. Or Seleucus and I have to just stay here while you guys continue exploring to not lose out on that extra power that you're generating currently.
What is he saying? Like, could anyone understand him?
He's suggesting that the two of us stay here and you guys go on ahead because the extra power that Alaric has here is too good to waste.
And then come back for us if there's just the couple of automatons on this side, or if you manage to get to the vaults, then maybe send a message back to us like, hey, we got it, like, but then we can't fight through the automatons solo, so you'd either have to disable them without us, or like with that, disable their protocol or whatnot, get them to shut down so that way we can get past, or you'd have to come back and we'd have to fight it anyway.
DM, can you clarify something from earlier when I was talking to BP about and I was identifying the security device? He said that there were constructs that existed that could potentially recharge the security device.
Yes.
They just had to be of a certain level or higher. Okay. One thing we could do is, while these constructs are deactivated, see if maybe there's a way to discover if they're high enough level to recharge the security device.
That's always good.
I don't think they're deactivated on the other side. I think it's just we shut down the alarm to have them come in here.
Correct.
So when we open that door, they're active.
Yes, but they might not be hostile. So if Celicus and I go stand, I don't know, like 60 feet away, then that's still close enough for us to be able to get into the fight if necessary, if they are hostile. But if they're not, then hopefully it's big enough radius that they don't trigger to hostility.
Might be worth a shot at least to try that first.
When Alaric identified us, it didn't give us like a specific range for how far it would trigger out, did it?
Range that as far as your
like what how far out are this thing would trigger hostilities?
No, you think it would depend upon each
Okay.
system.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna do this, then I think the best thing we should do is I'll get behind the door and I'll pull it open. Alaric launches this thing straight forward, and everyone else is just ready to send something right after that ball of lightning at these things, and we just try to knock these both out right now.
Oh, I think Alaric was saying try and use them to recharge the device, assuming they're not hostile. If they are hostile, then we could commence with combat.
So maybe that's what we do. I open the door, and if they come plowing in here, Alaric just sends that ball of lightning straight forward. If they're just staring at him randomly, like it's like whatever, then we try to handle it. And then we keep you and Celicus at a far enough distance that hopefully you don't trigger them.
And since we're not sure if it's a sight thing, we should go back through the crack out of sight.
And if you hear a massive explosion, that should answer the question of, did Alaric throw the lightning ball?
And I just okay, so these crystals that are floating in here, one of the scenes that one of the memories, I think that's what they are. One of the memories in the crystal was of someone poisoning a goblet of wine. So I think there could be some interesting, useful information stored in the memories of some of these crystals. I didn't know if we wanted to take time to search through them.
So Xanatos would already be doing that. That was like what I said, like when the memories came back, because that's what he's looked for, see if they're same memories that were interesting.
Right. And they might just join you, but I'm totally.
I think we should definitely look through some of these memories, It could tell us something very useful.
So I think following Xanatos' lead, we might look at some of these crystals.
Yeah. So as you've been doing, the Xanatos has been studying. How do you want to try to go about this, Xanatos?
So I was thinking, if looking at the memories, if anything would just catch my eye, meaning that something with the Heart of Draconia, something that deals with these vaults, not really any of the personal memories, but just something of that pertains to what we're doing and with the ruins, if that makes sense.
Okay, so focusing really much on
So excluding all the personal ones of people like how mine were. That's what Xanatos would be assuming. They're just capturing his memories, so they capture up people's personal memories. What other ones are about this area or about what we're trying to get, or Grimchill or something about the dungeon area, Draconia.
Yeah. Of course. With that, then, let's do. Yeah, I think excuse me. Be an Arcana check.
3. Ooh, what? No, that's 13. 16.
Nice. So perusing through the crystals, you begin to understand and little bits of memory. It's actually quite emotional depending on some of the ones you have. There's some things here stored of essentially passionate affairs and different deals, even like fights between couples that seem to have been put into here. But every time you do, you experience it as if it was you. And so it's this one point you're experiencing them, and even as you come back to yourself, the fact that you realize almost all these people would have died in the wreckage, that you just got kind of intimate in your mind and heart with, is pulls on you. And then you come upon one with that is almost like a training memory of the security protocols of the vaults. It's not the highest of security, sort of mid-level as you will. However, it does contain deactivation sequences for all the golems except at the highest level of the vaults. And you're able to absorb those protocols.
Awesome. So Xander's like, looking at it, like, all right. So they have instructions here, basically, and I now know how to turn off some of the golems. If it's a really strong one, I don't know if this protocol will work, but I know I can turn off some of them.
Celicus, what's he saying?
God, I miss Oz.
He knows how to turn off some of the golems.
Nice.
Sucks.
So Xanatos goes out into the hallway to shut off the golems, and if they hit him in the face, then we know he didn't have the clearance for those.
That sadly was my thought as well. So.
All right, Celicus, let us go back through the crack whence we came, just in case it's a visual thing.
So once they're out of the way, I will go to the door and get ready to open it up. I assume Xanatos, you're going to try to step through. And then Alaric and Ars can just stay at a safe distance, ready to chuck the ball of lightning from Alaric.
Yeah,
And
so, good.
If that doesn't work, I have rocks.
there we go. I mean, doesn't hurt to ready that action to chuck a rock too.
He ready to rock in his sling. Says, I don't stand a chance.
I mean, because my thought is if Xanatos walks out and they go, like, it's attack, I'm going to... And as soon as Alaric lets that thing go, I'm shutting that door again after the lightning ball goes. To hopefully buy us enough time for Celicus and Calder to get back in here to help us. So... Everybody ready for this?
So opening up, and Xanatos is going to go on out.
I pull the door open.
I are in the other room, the other hallway, essentially.
Yep.
Back through the crack, out of sight, just in case it's a visual thing that they're like, intruder, thief.
Okay, so opening up, Xantos, you step out as the two enormous golems turn towards you. What do you do?
So is like the process like beep boop, like pressing buttons, or like saying a code word, or
Yeah, it would be some code. I'm going to let you decide what it is.
heck yeah, okay, cool.
Now remember, if this was draconian things, so think draconic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Beep boop fit pretty well right now.
I do love beep boop. I would say that the process, I'll go to one and lay my hand on its chest, and then it would be like code phrases. Like I can't remember like what they are. Like Celicus or Molly probably remembers, but like the high order like species, the low order species, red, yellow, like going in a certain order of colors of dragons, and then repeating like the high order of dragons and the low order of dragons.
Very good. And
I've been so cool. Oh,
Such a missed opportunity.
dang it, Bobby, why aren't you here?
Opposite of arise, descend.
all right, you out the protocols, and they turn, and each one drops to one knee and slightly bows their head towards you.
So this protocol. So what did this protocol do? Did it deactivate them, or did it reset?
It put them basically into standby mode. You don't
Okay.
think you can't really say redo their
Oh,
orders.
man,
You think they're set to stand there and guard,
okay.
but they would perform like very simple things, like potentially some of what you need.
Like recharge this badge.
Yeah. So I think I'll lean back. Like, all right, I think we're good. Alaric, like you might want to bring the thing, and we can recharge it.
Yeah, I'll bring over the security device and hand it to Xanatos to see if, I mean, they responded to whatever you did. So see if you can get it to recharge the device.
Celicus, I didn't hear a boom. Do you think everything's okay? Have they said anything?
There's no screams.
Well, I haven't heard any screaming.
Yeah,
So I assume they're
that's
okay.
what I said. Okay, so they haven't called out to us yet. All right.
And yeah, we'll try to get charged up from one of the columns.
All right. In that case, you are able to charge your deal since they're deactivated. And if you want to, you can definitely remove the curses on Calder and Celicus.
Perfect. Yes, I
Nice.
would definitely like to do that. I wasn't sure we were gonna play it out like one at a time, but yes, I would do that.
Yeah. But as much you'd like. But would you give me those?
Con save, right?
Yes, thank you.
Fuck! I have a third level of exhaustion.
Oh.
I'm gonna
18.
die.
18 passes.
I technically rolled a 0.
Oh no!
Wait, no, technically 16 because of my exhaustion.
Okay, that will still pass, but barely.
My speed is 15.
Calder's gonna get literally dragged out of here soon.
We'll put him in Sammy. It'll be
Ironically-
fine.
Ironically, because of the fact that I have my ring, I can spend 10 feet, jump 30 feet, move 5. It doesn't cost me anything once I've got it up, so I can still kind of keep up, but
Nice.
only because of magic.
So he's just kangarooing along beside us to keep up.
It's like you guys are walking, and I'm just like, triggering the magic, and then taking like one step, faltering.
Amazing. All right. So exhausted but fully whole. You find yourselves in this room. Goes and turns right. What do you all want to do?
We should.
So we have a potential restroom in the crystal place now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have Alaric's ball of energy.
Okay.
The ball of energy goes away if we rest.
All right. I guess we can continue forward, but this is how I'll be traveling. And I just
Yeah. This might be silly, but can the golems talk or communicate at all?
So from the protocols, you would find that they are able to give some data, but it's all very much in a report data, so it depends on exactly what you're trying to determine.
Just like I'm wanting to see if I can send them to scout ahead and like be able to like relay what they see back.
Okay. Ultimately, feel like that's beyond their parameters.
Okay.
That this is, and based off what you just got, you understand this is like a very highly secure room. So like they can receive like updates or that type of thing, but not to abandon their post. And you think that would immediately activate them as hostile, actually. But you get that memory because you got the full memory. And to the question there, you don't feel that the memory is erased from the crystal. That in fact, this is just this seems to be some type of learning that's able to be done here.
Not pressing a red button this time. I'm just going to go to the end of the hall and look around the right corner just to see what we're going to be dealing with. If there's more constructs sitting there.
Okay. Looking that direction, you do find that it seems to travel another about 70 feet before you can see the quality of the stone and the rock changes, and there's a crumbled passage, and there's a way that looks like, when you look at it, you think you and your party could squeeze upward through rubble, like a accidental tunnel has been made. You could explore that direction.
All right, I'm going to walk back. All right, there's nothing in this area other than these two constructs, which Xanatos has under control. I get it. Alaric's got this really cool bomb right here, but, Whispers and others, I don't know how we're all looking here in order to keep going, or if we should rest here. I know it's not the best idea, but we only have one way out of this place. And if we hit another combat, and I look at my brother, you might not live. Thank you, Xanatos.
So it's just like any other day?
You look really, really tired. Like you're barely holding on.
What do you, as jump has just ended and I try to jump and it doesn't, and I recast it and what are you talking about?
The fact that I can walk away from you faster than you can even get to me is pretty funny.
He's lamenting and griping.
I figured that. That's how he always is.
He thinks he's hot stuff.
I'm just saying we should probably put it up to a vote. Do we take a long rest or do we keep moving?
I whip
If one-
Celicus with my newly acquired tail.
Ow!
Stop lying. That's my job.
If worse comes to worse, I'm prepared to heal any of us that finds themselves on the matron's door.
This is incredible arcane magic, but it's better to have full party at full health. If it'll benefit the group, I say we rest. And I'll study this as best as I can while I have it.
Just want everybody else's opinion.
So what do we have so far?
Short rest for those that need it.
I vote we continue ahead.
I'm big chilling. I say keep it pushing, so that way Alara can throw this thing. Because I may be exhausted, but I can still cast Sacred Flame, and that my exhaustion doesn't affect that. My opponents just have to suck. As long as I'm the one not rolling the D20 tests.
So
Wait, so do cantrips not provoke wild magic?
no, they do.
They do.
They
Oh.
do, but
Oh, okay.
I've literally cast False Life every time I have lost my
Yeah.
temp HP. So
Yeah, Calder just plays fast and loose. He's just like, don't care. I'm just doing it.
I'm a warlock. I probably should have taken one level of fighter so I could have better armor. And it is what it is.
I mean, this delayed blast lightning ball is a 7th level spell. We'll see what happens.
All right. Celica, Xanthus, you guys good for moving on then?
Yeah, I above table. I abstain. Like I'm down for either one. Both options sound really cool.
I'm good to keep moving forward.
Let's go then.
All right.
So as you begin to climb up the little crawl space here, we will end for tonight. If I press my button. All right, everyone watch the stream. Thank you so much. Night, Bobby.
Good night.
Good night.